is your A-26, a flying gun platform that lives up to its name, the Invader. You can call her an attack bomber, a medium bomber, or a fighter bomber. All three names fit. She's one of the most versatile weapons in the air. The A-26 packs a hefty wallop. It has 3 interchangeable nose sections, each bristling with different combinations of guns. This model has 650s in the nose. The top and bottom turrets carry 250s each. It carries more bombs farther and faster than any other medium bomber and doesn't sacrifice protective firepower to do it. The airplane is highly maneuverable, responds quickly to control pressures, and at her altitude cruises as fast as a fighter. Get that? As fast as a fighter. Some airplane, isn't it? No question about it. The A-26 is a pilot's airplane. No vicious tendencies, plenty rugged, and easy to fly. Now let's go down the line and see how it works.
This is the JD-1 Jig Dog by ICM in 48 scale. After World War II had wrapped up, the US Navy started to use the Invader aircraft for different types of secondary missions. All of the 150 Invaders in possession of the US Navy were painted bright blue and yellow for easy identification, and they were given the designation JD-1, along with the nickname Jig Dog. Some of the Jig Dogs that ended up in the Navy's hands were originally ordered by the Royal Air Force, but weren't delivered due to the end of the war. A couple of the things they used the Jig Dogs for were to tow air targets, or to photograph various things from the sky. Islands, harbors, fleets, etc. They used some of the aircraft as carriers for unmanned aerial vehicles, or drones. These drones would act as targets in order to train pilots or tune in anti-air systems. The drone typically hooked up onto the Jig Dog was the KDA-1, the first drone of a series of target drones called the Ryan Firebee. The Jig Dog was the first aircraft to be specially modified to launch these drones, before they were eventually launched from the ground with the booster engine. The KDA-1 was the first jet-propelled drone, as the Jig Dog Firebee pair helped successfully train the pilots and anti-air units of the Korean War against the new jet threat. The ability to launch and test against these jet speed targets was particularly useful, because it meant that weapon systems could be tested against these new speeds. It also meant that these tests could be recorded, and the public could be put at ease knowing that the military was capable of taking down jet targets. The Jig Dog held its designation and nickname up until 1962, when the surviving JD-1s were redesignated as UB-26J in accordance with the new Tri-Service designation system. The JD-1D drone directors became DB-26J. Here's a few ideas for dioramas including the Jig Dog. Imagine a Jig Dog towing a target sleeve with an anti-air battery underneath. Or a Jig Dog flying over an atoll with a resin ocean, with an original black and white photo of that atoll as a backdrop. ICM also sells a KDA-1 drone in 48 scale, so a diorama of a crew preparing a Jig Dog with a drone at an airbase could be pretty interesting. This kit is available at MRS Hobby Shop in Salt Lake City or Sandy, Utah, or online at kidlinks.com.
That's That's about enough for the first look at the A-26. It's a lot of airplane.